You're watching Truth Talk News.
You see, it's simple. Many businesses are not going to be able to afford these health benefits for their employees, and thousands of Americans who still have jobs have lost their employee-provided health care plans. Vastly majority of these employees cannot afford to purchase their own health insurance because the Affordable Care Act has driven prices beyond what is affordable. So again, the Affordable Care Act is not an Affordable Care Act. It costs more. Everything is Hegelian. Everything. The Affordable Care Act costs more for health insurance, worse care, all these other terrible things in there, microchips they want to put in you. All right? You have the same thing with the American Prosperity Act, with Bill Clinton giving people that shouldn't be in buying homes the ability to buy homes, and then they took them away 10 years later. This is how it works, and this is how they collectivize. This is called collectivism, and we're in it. And there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So this will cause even more unemployment. Obamacare is worse. I mean, it's unbelievable. The Affordable Care Act will cause businesses to not hire, to give the workers more work, because they're going to, instead of having to get under that 50 employee thing, and they had 70 people, they're going to take off 20 jobs and put the burden of 20 jobs on the rest of the workforce there. That's the real world. That's what's going to happen. It's horrible. There's no accountability also. No accountability. It's just terrible. Okay. All right, moving along. Former CIA officer Philip Giraldi said that there was almost no accountability in terms of what the CIA has been doing since the September 11th, 2001 attacks. He also said he was not surprised when he heard that at least 20 detainees, once held in secret torture cells, are now currently unaccounted for. Long after Barack Obama ordered to close CIA's black site prisons, and just after his nominee to head the agency, John Brennan, claimed that the CIA is out of the detention business, at least 20 CIA prisoners are still missing. It shows that after 9/11, there was almost no accountability in terms of what the CIA was doing, and they were literally, as we know in the case of Italy and some other places, picking people off the street and putting them in prisons in other countries. Sometimes the prisons were run by local police and sometimes by the CIA in cooperation with local people. So I'm not surprised to hear that there have been a number of people who have disappeared in part of this process, Giraldi told Press TV on Thursday. Last week, the Open Societies Foundation Justice Initiative released a report pulling together most current information available on the fates of these prisoners. A few emerged from foreign prisons after the turmoil of the Arab Spring, according to ProPublica. The report counts 136 prisoners who were either held in CIA black sites or subject to so-called extraordinary rendition, in which detainees were secretly shipped to other countries for interrogation. Many of the prisoners were tortured either under the CIA's Enhanced Interrogation Techniques program or by other countries and their transfer. That's right. And then they make movies about this, and it's cool to torture. It's all mind control. They're trying to influence the people that are just, unfortunately, not aware. The majority of people just think it's entertainment. They go to the movies. They don't see that they're being mind controlled. They don't see the messages that they're being given on a daily basis watching television. They don't see that the omissions from the news. That's why Truth Talk News is where you'll get the truth. And I don't believe everything you hear, but listen to everything that I say. Research it and find your own truth. There is only one truth, and that is the truth. Seek, and ye shall find it. I'm Howard Nima. Thank you for watching Truth Talk News. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little bit longer one. So I'll get a little over it. So that's the end, but it's not. This is not the end. I don't know how far I want to go on. Now we have drones that are the size of like little tiny like birds. There are even smaller ones that are like mosquito-sized. They're the size of like a mosquito, and they can inject you with microchips. They can inject you with poisons. They can kill you. These things are all available and out there. And now we have the FAA is actually kicking off a drone competition, if you can believe this. States will soon compete to operate 6 unmanned aircraft test sites, commonly known as drones, the Federal Aviation Administration announced Wednesday, and they wanted the states to compete for the drone test sites, which were mandated by Congress last year in the 2012 FAA reauthorization bill. The sites will test the safety of drones before they are introduced to the National Airspace System by 2015. So in 2015, these drones are going to be flying all over the place. Some of them as small as little birds. It's just frightening. These are going to be flying around. Do you want a drone flying around your neighborhood? Over your house? That can record through walls and take images and do all sorts of horrific stuff against your privacy. I'm just astounded that I can't even believe I'm reporting this, that they're actually having a competition as to which states will get these test sites. Unbelievable. The local payoff could be substantial, wrote the Springfield News-Sun in Ohio, one state interested in participating in the program.
What's making the planet worse.
A lot of these kids come from bad gene pools. They don't have stable parents making good decisions.
Mercury-containing vaccines may help, not harm kids, according to 2 new studies in the journal Pediatrics. These new studies suggest that the opposite, that the preservatives may actually be associated with improved behavior and mental performance.
Fluoride in water is supposed to fight tooth decay, but could it also cause cancer?
Turns out the government had the right under U.S. law to conduct secret testing on the American public under specific conditions.
Government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. Some were unethical, not only by today's standards, but by the standards of the time in which they were conducted.
Any attempt to achieve world order must be the work of the devil. Well, join me. I'm glad to sit here at the right hand of Satan.
There's a need for a new world order. Someday, in the next few years, a solution will emerge.
Wall is no longer a wall dividing China from the rest of the world, but it is a reminder of the fact that there are many walls still existing in the world which divide nations and peoples. But we are determined that those differences not prevent us from living together in peace. The interest that each of us has to maintain our independence and the security of our peoples, and the hope that each of us has to build a new world order.
We are in process of developing a whole series of techniques which will enable the controlling oligarchy to get people actually to love their servitude. People can be made to enjoy a state of affairs which, by any decent standard, they ought not to enjoy.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law.
Republican and Democratic presidents alike, from Harry Truman to George Bush, stood for freedom and stood for certain propositions that would make America strong and healthy and grow the middle class and shrink poverty and stand against communism. And after 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
Don't assume it was left by accident. If you see something, say something.
A special televised meeting of the New York-based Council on Foreign Relations provides a window to the real story.
The speaker, Vice President Dick Cheney, takes a question from David Rockefeller.
Vice President, I just enjoyed so much your whole speech, but I was particularly pleased that you gave such a strong endorsement for the free trade agreement for all the Americans. And I think it's absolutely essential for the strength of our economy.
Thank you very much, Richard, and I am delighted to be here in these new headquarters. I have been often to, the mothership in New York City, but it's good to have an outpost of the council right here down the street from the State Department. We get a lot of advice from the council, so this will mean I won't have this far to go to be told what we should be doing and how we should think about the future.
He was Chairman Emeritus of the CFR when Vice President Dick Cheney once served as a director, a relationship that Cheney concealed during his congressional career.
It's good to be back at the Council on Foreign Relations. As Pete mentioned, I've been a member for a long time and was actually a director for some period of time. I never mentioned that when I was campaigning for re-election back home in Wyoming.
I think its task will be to develop an overall strategy for Americans in this period when really a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't just a crisis.
A new world is emerging. It is a new world order with significantly different and radically new challenges for the future.
The year is 2017. You're rushed to a hospital unconscious with no ID or medical history, but thanks to a microchip under your skin, it's all there. Science fiction 20 years ago, but a biometric reality today.
The technology is based on answering one simple question. Am I who I say I am?
Already, fingerprints and iris scans verify passenger identities at airports. Within 10 years, that technology may be even more widespread. And look for more complex facial recognition programs that scan a crowd of thousands looking for a single terrorist. The latest home security locks use fingerprints to control deadbolts.